When you come for one, you come for them all is the message that they're saying.
Well, I said it's not a game. So you can't, y'all keep trying to attach it to things that go on.
When he moved, they moved. This is the way that the group itself moves. You come for one, we coming for you.
Okay.
Once again, too long on guesses and too short on facts. It's just an assumption. It's the fact-free world of conjecture.
If you're new, make sure y'all hit that notification bell, that like, share, comment, and subscribe. Grab a seat. We finna dig deep.
And welcome to the channel. It's your boy Jay, back with another deep dive into this Young Thug RICO trial. Now, ever since the state has been introducing the evidence as well as this long list of star key witnesses, is it safe to say that the state's case is just simply falling apart? With the state failing to connect the dots on the whole YSL conspiracy, is this the actual point where the state should actually just dismiss the case? From the ex partes to the witness impeachment to the witness coercion, even to the point now it's almost like the prosecution is actually helping the defense. Man, should this case actually be dismissed? Before we dig deep, y'all make sure y'all tap that notification bell so you'll get that drop whenever we drop on this channel. Hit that like button to make sure you get this message through the algorithm. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. If you're new, man, y'all know the vibes. Grab a seat. We finna dig deep. Now first, let's talk about motive and burden of proof. Now because the state has created this case, the prosecution has to prove that the defendants are definitely guilty beyond reasonable doubt, which means every piece of evidence presented has to connect and build a crystal clear narrative that the jury can believe. But has the state done that in this case? Now the prosecution has introduced a stockpile of alleged accusations, a long list of witnesses, while half were purposely exposed and the others were purposely impeached. But when you look at the evidence, for some reason it just doesn't add up. So ask yourself, was the foundation of the state's case actually questionable and shaky from the start? Now keep in mind, we are talking about a RICO, which means that they have to show and prove continuous patterns of organized criminal activity. So was this case actually ever together, or when did it actually start falling apart? In my opinion, when the burden of proof and motive was actually crumbled by the state's own witness. Let's dig.
Well, identify again for the jurors. They just heard it one time. Who are the people in the picture?
My sons.
Can you just name them from either way?
Devontae, Kelvin, Marquavis, and Donovan.
The hands.
What exhibit are you showing, sir, just for the record?
Say, oh, it's the States Exhibit 324Y. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you know if it means anything, what the hand signal of your child is making all the way on the picture to the left? You know what that means?
No.
If it means anything?
No, I don't know.
How about your child in the second to the left? You know what that means?
No.
Okay. All right. And then it's written there, this is on your child, and I understand the relationship you spelled out, but this is on Mr. Shelkel's social media account. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
You recognize that, right? And I think, you don't know what BGCMB, I think you said you don't know what that stands for?
No.
Did Mr. Thomas, do you know what CMB, do you have a family member, did Mr. Thomas have a family member with the initial CMB?
Yes, we do.
Can you tell the jurors who that is?
Christopher Marquez Bennett.
And is he with us now?
No, he's not.
And when did he tragically pass?
Oh, I'm not sure what year, but I want to say maybe 2010, 11, somewhere in there.
Okay. And then the BG, did you notice some people wearing BG? Do you know what that stands for at all? On the BG and then CMB, same initials as the child?
No.
You don't know? Okay. All right. And then underneath that, you see the writing by a gentleman who is known as Shelkel, nicknamed Shelkel. You see that, like a car, but a K instead of the C. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
With 4 wheels?
Yes.
Okay. And how we ride together, and then BGCMB. And then it tags someone. You got that?
Yes.
All right. All right. I'd like to go back now, because I think I understand. You're not with your child all the time, true?
True.
And you're giving your best information to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury today, right?
Yes.
But your son, you were trying to give information best as you knew on his relationship with various people you were asked about, right?
Correct.
I'd like to focus on people that I believe you said, and if I'm wrong, just say, Brian, you're wrong. Brian Birdman Williams, I think you said that there was a stoppage or a change of relationship after summer 2014. If I'm wrong, just say I'm wrong.
You correct.
All right. And summer 2014 to you is about when? What month?
Just say April to June, July, somewhere in there.
So by July, go ahead, sir, I interrupted.
No, anywhere from like April to July, August. You know, August started changing over into fall months.
So after August of 2014, July, August 2014, to your observation, you don't see much connection between your son and Mr. Brian Birdman Williams.
Correct.
Is that your testimony?
Yes.
And Jeffrey Williams?
Correct.
Same exact scenario, fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Thomas, do you recognize, he'll blow it up for you so it's easier to read. Do you recognize this as your child's social media account?
Yes.
And do you see where it says that your son posted YSL Entertainment and Club Crucial Present? You see that?
Yes.
And above that, do you recognize that gentleman on the left?
Yes.
Who is that?
Mr. Williams.
Do you recognize the gentleman on the right?
Yes.
And who is that?
Birdman.
And then do you see where it says Young Thug Celebrity Birthday Celebration?
Yes.
And then it says, and I can't read it, so if you can read it, that's fine. It's something then Birdman?
Yes.
And do you see where it says Thursday, August 14th, Club Crucial?
Yes.
And it gives the address. You're familiar with that address?
Yes.
What address is that?
2517 Donnelly Hollowell Parkway, Club Crucial address.
Okay. And then if you go down, you see where it says August 14th, 2014?
Yes.
And your son was promoting Jeffrey Williams' birthday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ever seen the birthday video made at Club Crucial?
No.
Did you ever know about it?
Who birthday video?
With your son in it?
Who birthday video is it?
Jeffrey Williams?
No, I haven't seen it.
child?
I haven't seen it.
All right. Let me show you then Mr. Williams' exhibit number 233, just for its entirety. You may not, ladies and gentlemen, you can point to them who you recognize.
Mr. Williams and Marquavius.
Okay. And can you describe what Marquavius, nicknamed Greedy, is wearing to the ladies and gentlemen jury?
I don't know if it's white or gray with a BG emblem, bird game wrote on it with a red skull cap.
And Jeffrey Williams?
Look like a white sweat top.
And his glasses?
Yeah, he had on shades.
And hair color?
Red color.
And going back to Jeffrey Williams' exhibit number 222A, BRR, that has just been admitted into evidence, posted on December 4, 2014. You see that?
Yes.
By your child, Greedy? Describe what your child's wearing.
He wearing a gray sweat top, red leather, bird game, red skull cap.
Does that look the same clothing as your child is wearing in Jeffrey Williams' exhibit number 222A screenshot?
Yeah, look like it.
And how about Jeffrey Williams? You see his hair color in here?
Yeah, I see the hair color.
Same color hair as in Jeffrey Williams' exhibit number 222A that you looked at earlier, screenshot?
Yes.
And the same type of wearing glasses in both of them, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you know why your child, Marquavius, nicknamed Greedy, posted this December 4th, 2014?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we didn't call out any officials.
Do you know how the district attorney's office obtained a picture?
I do not.
Okay. Do you know if anyone was ever charged or arrested for that incident?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
See, here is when the state lost their motive. To see both parents on the stand and the state fail to show any type of negative connection between Nut and Thug, or yet alone even Nut and YSL. What would be the actual purpose of YSL being responsible? What would they gain? And why can no one put Young Thug or any of the other defendants that are on trial on the actual scene? Why has no one on this trial actually been arrested or charged with the actual demise of Big Nut? Make that make sense. They had one job, just one job, and they failed to prove motive. If the state's case is solely based around Young Thug and YSL actually being the ones responsible for that work on Big Nut, ask yourself this: beyond a reasonable doubt, are you convinced? Has the state proven to you that any of these defendants on trial right now in this courtroom are actually responsible? Let that sink in. And if they haven't proven that, and their whole theory and narrative is Young Thug versus Big Nut, and it's not proven, again, should the state actually just move to dismiss this case? From there, man, y'all know we got to spin the block and talk about these Atlanta cops. Let's dig.
You were, that January 10th, 2015 case that you were investigating going to the McDonald's, that was a murder case, correct?
Objection as to the point of question.
Overruled.
That was a murder case, correct?
I did not investigate the January 10th incident, sir.
You didn't go to the McDonald's? You just testified you went to McDonald's. That wasn't about the January 10th, 2015 case?
Your Honor, I object.
Basis.
Point of the question.
I'll sustain the objection.
Did you just testify that you went to McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue and Old Hayfield Road to retrieve surveillance?
I did.
Was that in relation to the investigation of the January 10th, 2015 murder case?
Correct.
Okay. Surely, as you were working a murder case, you would have written a report about your efforts to obtain this surveillance, correct?
Not necessarily, no.
So did you write a report or did you not write a report about going to the McDonald's on Old Hayfield and Cleveland Avenue in search of surveillance?
There was nothing to write, sir.
So you did not write a report?
There was nothing to write, sir.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you for an answer. Did you write a report?
Your Honor, I object. Asking the answer.
I sustain the
I
objection.
haven't received an answer, Your
I
Honor.
sustain the objection.
Okay. What day did you go to the McDonald's to obtain this surveillance?
The day after I spoke with a witness that gave me the information. I believe that date was January the 26th, I believe. The 26th or the 28th, somewhere in that range.
Okay. 26th to 28th. And do you or anyone else that you know of have a report reflecting that you went on the 26th or 28th?
Objection. Ask an answer.
Sustained.
Okay. Who did you speak to at the McDonald's? What was their name?
The young lady that was working the counter,
Yes.
she did not give me her name. She gave me her general manager's name and phone number, and that information was passed along to Investigator Thorpe.
And what was the name?
I don't have it. I gave it to Investigator Thorpe, sir.
What was the phone number?
I don't have any information from the McDonald's. It was passed along to Investigator Thorpe.
Now, let's dig deep into the list of the state's witnesses. Now, the state's witnesses are definitely a crucial part to the whole state's theory and logic with this ysl-RICO trial and conspiracy. But ask yourself this, after we've seen witness after witness come up and testify, has it not been something off with many of the state's witnesses that have taken the stand? From missing reports even down to cross-examinations. In my personal opinion, it seems like some of these witnesses may have been manipulated or coerced into saying certain things to fit the state's narrative. But did the state actually do too much trying to get this conviction? And again, should the state actually just dismiss the case? Especially if you got the lead investigators doing things like this for the state. Let's dig.
Did you prepare for your testimony this afternoon, Investigator Smith?
Objection. I'll overrule that.
Did you prepare for your testimony in this case?
As I try to for every time my testimony, yes.
Did you look over those boards that are on the easel there?
Yes, I had seen those.
Did you assist in their preparation?
Other than the crime scene one on the left, no.
Okay, so these are demonstratives that were not prepared with your assistance, correct?
That's correct.
You were asked to basically describe them, right?
And to review them, yes.
You didn't put any of those placards or images on any of those demonstratives, correct?
Which one are you talking about?
I'm sorry, the one to your immediate right.
That is correct.
And you were not asked for your input, correct?
That's, other than to review it, that's it.
Okay.
So think about it. If witnesses are being pressured or even tricked into giving testimony, how reliable is the actual state's case? How strong is the state's case? And if the state is having to actually manipulate their witnesses, coerce them, dropping pressure on them to actually come up here and provide false testimony, how strong is the case? Now, keep in mind, this is not just about one or two witnesses from the state. There's a pattern of witnesses from the state. If you're not working for the state, you're getting impeached by the state. Let that sink in. From there, man, we gotta definitely jump in to the alleged conspiracy. Because again, the state had yet to prove any type of RICO conspiracy, and YSL, from my personal opinion, definitely was not organized. Let's dig.
Mr. Sharp, because you've identified a course of behavior. So you should have filed it way before the witness is close to getting on the stand. Do you understand that?
The witness, well...
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you practice in federal court?
No. I don't. But
I can tell you, this would not happen. This would not happen.
Okay. Your Honor, I don't think that the statements would be played in totality like this in federal court, quite honestly.
That may be true, but that does not relieve you of the responsibility to timely file a motion and it's just not wait till the last minute.
I'm not waiting till the last minute, Your Honor. I am not anticipating that we're about to discuss a slideshow.
Focus. We ain't got to that yet.
All right.
Focus. I'm focusing on your behavior at this point in time. I'm not saying to you that the information is not any less invalid, but it's the timing that's a problem. It's a problem, and since you
I
have...
wouldn't think that we would be admitting these things, but since I've seen these things, these statements, these out-of-court statements being admitted, I've taken it upon myself. A couple weeks ago, you said to us, please flag things in advance. I took
This
that
is
to
not
heart.
in advance. This is not in advance. This is like we got a jury sitting here. You all didn't get here at 1 o'clock. I told you to be here at 12:30.
I've been here.
I know that you were here early, and I know why you were here early.
Okay.
So, but focus. The focus is on why didn't we file this stuff months ago, and let's wind it out and air it out at that point in time. Okay. So I'm going to ask the state their issue on this. Are you cutting this out? Did you have discussions with Mr. Sharp, madam?
We did have discussions.
When?
Well, this morning.
That's too late. The evidence is excluded. The evidence is excluded. I'm going to exclude because I told you that this was going to happen. No. We're excluding that. And I'm going to exclude the PowerPoint that you all submitted. Well, you're not going to wholesale introduce it.
We had no intention. Your Honor,
All right.
let's be real clear. We did not intend to introduce this PowerPoint today. I personally reached out via telephone and called.
So I've noted your objection, sir.
And that coupled with no CV until today with Detective Gaither. And
You have a CV now. You had the opportunity. When did you get it?
Today.
What time today did you get it?
Or last night.
Are you sure that you didn't get it at some time during discovery?
9:04 this morning.
Was it tendered during discovery at any point in time on behalf of the state?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
State, was it tendered at?
I cannot say this, sir.
Tell me what date it was tendered.
No. And that's what we're trying to see. We're looking right now, Your Honor.
Then
It is a single page, and it is the document that they do have now.
That's not the point.
And I know that I'm looking for what the court is asking me for, and Your Honor, I'm looking at.
Now, from there, we definitely got to talk about this alleged conspiracy itself. Now, the state has painted the picture of Young Thug to be the mastermind behind this alleged YSL enterprise. But where's the solid evidence? So far, we've seen a lot of allegations, hearsay, and accusations, but not enough proof that ties everything together. Now, the state has to prove that there was an organized effort to commit these crimes, and that Thug himself was also the key player. But so far, in my personal opinion, we've only seen a series of loosely connected incidents from individuals that don't form a clear narrative of conspiracy, especially to YSL. But ask yourself, is the jury convinced? Yo, stop what you're doing real quick. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit the like button. Share the video. Hit the like button. Let's dig. The prosecution seems to be throwing everything at the wall, hoping for something to stick. Or is this just another situation where they say, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Let's dig.
There you're saying that you gave the card to Devontae, who gave it to Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you would agree that Detectives Gaither and Dennis are telling you we've never even heard of Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Copeland, Lil Mike is not a real person, is he?
No.
Now, we had to stop right there just to dig a little deeper. Now, one of the most shocking developments and turns in this entire trial has been the state's star witness, Lil Woody. Now, Woody was supposed to be the one who tied it all together for the state, linking the nut situation to Young Thug and YSL, and being the glue to the alleged conspiracy for the state. But instead, Woody gets on the stand and admits that he made it all up. He actually finessed the state, finessed the DA, and he's actually finessing his way through this case. But ask yourself this. If the state was relying on Woody to actually make this case, and he actually finessed the entire staff and authority team, this not only should cast doubt and credibility on the state, but the entire case altogether. How reliable is the state's evidence? Now, the defense has actually been tearing apart and exposing all of the state's inconsistencies and showing that this specific witness may not be trustworthy at all. And if he made it all up, definitely a major blow to the state's case and raises serious questions about whether they can actually still move forward. So again, I ask, should the state actually just dismiss this case? Let's dig.
You would agree that Detectives Gaither and Dennis are telling you we've never even heard of Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Copeland, Lil Mike is not a real person, is he?
No.
That was the finesse. You invented a person out of thin air, correct?
Yes.
Quez is not a real person. You invented him out of thin air on the spot, correct?
Yes.
You invented those people to take the heat off of you and put it on fictional characters.
I done told y'all this is what I do.
That's your finesse.
So at this point, it seems like the state is actually fighting a losing battle. It seems like they've invested a lot of time and wasted a lot of resources into this unnecessary case. But if they can't prove their accusations beyond a reasonable doubt, ask yourself, what are we really doing? Continuing with this trial actually should just lead to more embarrassment for the prosecution and the state altogether, and even result in possibly a not guilty verdict that damages the state's reputation. But then again, we know how the system works. Sometimes the state pushes forward hoping to salvage something or make a point to somebody. But the real question is, will they cut their losses and dismiss this actual case? Or will they just keep pushing forward despite all the signs that the case is actually falling apart right in front of everybody's face? And we definitely can't fail to remember the politics that be. Let that sink in.
The day that the federal agents kicked into Sean's door and locked you up. And that's also the same day that you made up the story and lied and said Demekion Garlington told you that Shannon and others were responsible for killing Donovan Thomas, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I said?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the people that Kel and Kay robbed came back and killed Donovan Thomas as revenge for being robbed.
Yes.
And you said that Kay then started putting it on you to cover his own tracks.
Yes.
And you also specifically said your understanding was Kelvin Watts, the robbery he did was to Fly's plug.
Yes.
Okay. The bottom line is you gave, on that third clip, you gave some more information about things you heard, but you never said, detectives, let me tell you, Demekion Garlington told me that Shannon, Mr. Kendricks, Duop, and Nard killed Nut. Did you?
I never said that.
Right. And the reason you never said that on January 28th, 2015 is because you hadn't made up that lie yet, had you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had, or no, you hadn't?
I haven't,
Okay, and the reason you hadn't made up that lie, let's just be clear, on January 28, 2015, no one was trying to lock you up, right?
I just didn't have no reason to.
Right, you had no reason to finesse at that time.
Right, they lost like I was.
What you think? Should the state actually drop the case against Young Thug and the YSL defendants? Or will the state actually continue to push forward, hoping that they get one witness that'll come up and change the whole state's narrative and put that glue back to the puzzle? Now, in my personal opinion, each witness since the time that they brought Nut's mother and father all the way down to Woody, even prior to, if you want to go back to AB, all of these witnesses have actually been making the case get weaker and weaker as each one testified. So in my personal opinion, the next witness to take the stand, I only make the case get worse. So y'all make sure y'all jump in the comments, let me know y'all's thoughts. Should the case actually be dismissed? And should the state actually just tap out? Man, it's your boy Jay. Until next time, man, y'all make sure y'all jump in the comments, let me know y'all's thoughts. Tap that notification bell, hit that like button if you didn't hit it already. If you did, hit it 1 time, hit it 2 times. Make sure you hit it 3, don't hit it 2, so it'll count through the algorithm. Till next time, man, y'all stay safe, stay vigilant, stay dangerous, and remember, the life you say might be your very own. Until next time,
It's your boy Jay. Pew. Gone.